We're going back to the good old days when I used to do lighting tutorials. But this one, we're just going to do some fun lighting setups with the Nikon ZR. I just want to keep putting it in environments that I would actually use a camera and see how it performs. So I thought we would do some kind of, movie style lighting for this because I probably will be using this camera a lot for narrative work. Obviously commercial work as well, but I wanted to see it, with some more proper lighting and just kind of take you along on those tests. So what I'm trying to combat right now is I'm shooting in the day, but I was kind of wanting to make a night scene. So I'm leaving these back windows. It's my dog's birthday. Let her bark. But I'm letting these back windows, have a little bit of blue light coming from the bottom, which is obviously daylight, but trying to make it feel more like moonlight. But in order to do that, I need to expose them really low. So I'm adding quite a bit of ND, and now I need to actually add more tungsten look to the background to kind of do a day for night kind of setup. This is seeming to be a very good compromise. I tried to make this light as close to that one as I could. Put up here on my little neon sign here, bouncing off the ceiling. So now it's got this soft backlight coming from, we're justifying it from this, motivating it from the lamp over there. And it's kind of spilling down on the couch here, backlighting all this, kind of creating this tungsten look. So I'm actually in the DX 4K mode, so I could keep my autofocus but not shoot so wide on the 35mm, because I'm using this Nikon 35 f1.4 right now, ND on it of course, but it's actually nice. You can window in and make this camera a Super 35 if you want and shoot 4K RAW instead of 6K RAW. I'm thinking maybe it'd be more interesting if I kind of lean into this kind of moonlight look. Kind of a modern way of lighting that I don't normally lean into, but it could be fun here because it's looking a little boring because of this big black TV. So I might do a little moonlight edge, just slightly kissing the other side, the kind of downside, kind of like a backlight maybe, just to get a little color contrast in this scene and to break up that background because this TV is just a big black hole. So something to get me off of that might be nice. So I've got this tube here with a pool noodle on it. It looks a little edgy. It could be softer or broader. But I'm not really sure how to do that in this environment. I can maybe bounce it off this white wall, but it would be a little bit more sidey if I do that. So that might be a little overlit, maybe a little overcomposed, a little not sourcey, but kind of overproduced. I don't hate it. It did really help the background situation. I might try it with and without just to see how that looks. I also feel like the light could be softer, but I kind of it looks a little bit more naturalistic when it is a little bit less soft. It just depends what you're trying to do, how clean you're trying to make it look versus how natural you're trying to make it look, how distracting it is. Normally I'd go softer than this, and I might throw on a little diff, but what I'm doing here is I'm kind of tilting it down at the table, and it's bouncing back up, so it actually is creating more of a soft look, and it's actually using a little bit of the color from the table on my face, which adds a nice vibe. I kind of like uplighting. A lot of people don't, but it's kind of something that I have been starting to like. I don't even think I mentioned what light this was. This is the Godox F400 RGB light. And this one has this inflatable, kind of soft diffusion on it. You kind of blow it up and Velcro it on to make it softer. A lot of times I have a grid on it or something like that with a little softbox that it comes with, but I've been using this inflatable diffusion a lot. The only thing about it is obviously it spreads it a lot around the room, and so you have to control it, and that's why I had that flag out. Got the 720B outside with a Fresnel on it, kind of slashing down in here. Some little backlight. And then the Godox light mat over here, spilling back. And I put the Thighpock on since I don't need autofocus anymore because my assistant Colton got up finally and came over. Yeah, see, that's dark. We do a little bit of this. Where's Kyle when you need him? It's either my bad or your bad. It's hard to say.
I am talent, so it's never talent's fault.
That's so funny. It's that one in. It's what you want. Okay, let's see that. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to present your work online. Start a completely personalized website with Design Intelligence from Squarespace. Design Intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, bespoke digital identity to use across your entire online presence. Maybe you want to start an online store to sell your photography or other products. Squarespace has the built-in functionality to get one of those up and running quickly, and I've actually been using Squarespace to run my online stores for almost a decade now. And of course, if you're like me, you're probably looking to build a portfolio, which Squarespace has tons of features for that very thing. You can even create private galleries for client work using these tools. As you acquire work through your website, you can now collect payments using branded invoices, manage client info, feedback, and payment activity all in one place. So if you're looking for a home for your work, you can do that with Squarespace. Click the link in the description to get 10% off, and I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So the problem with using a bounce like this is it might create a giant catch light. It'll look sourcey, it'll look like you put it there, but I kind of pulled it farther away and wrapped it out around more. It looked less shapely, but more believable overall. And it allowed me to stop down the lens a little bit, kind of get a deeper focus and play with that. Alright, we're just having fun at this point. I wanted to see if I could get him like lit in 2 spots, like on a long walk, on a long lens. I feel like it kind of works. It might look a little sourcey, but it's pretty fun. F22.